Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. The Dallas Cowboys did not make many significant moves in free agency this offseason. While notable Pro Bowl players like Tyron Smith and Tony Pollard bolted in free agency, the Cowboys did not bring in equal talent, at least on paper, to replace them. The lack of noteworthy spending, as well as the team's ongoing contract negotiations with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, have many fans believing that owner Jerry Jones lied when he said that he was all in this year. Of course, one interesting decision that the Cowboys made was to bring back running Ezekiel Elliott, who spent last season with the New England Patriots after spending the first 7 years of his career in Dallas. Last year, Elliott had a career-low 642 rushing yards while averaging just 3.5 yards per carry, also a career low. Is Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott contemplating retirement? According to John Machota, who covers the Cowboys for The Athletic, Elliott recently stated, "The shelf life of an NFL player is 3 years. Every snap, every year, one more year I get is a blessing." He continued, "I think it was important for me to come back because I have unfinished business. I felt like I wanted to come back and be with my guys and take another spin at it. Right now, the focus is now, having as much fun as I can. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to have. And just take advantage of being here and living in the moment." As Elliott states above, he feels that he has unfinished business in Dallas, which is why he decided to come back on a team-friendly deal. His comments, too, seem to be very reflective, the sort of comments one makes when they are close to end of their career. Jerry Trotte of the Landy Hat wrote that Elliott's comments sounded like a player who has retirement in the back of his mind. Will Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott retire after the 2024 season? Elliott has certainly had a noteworthy career thus far, but he has been declining for some years now. The last time he rushed for over 1,000 yards was in 2021 when he had 1,002 rushing yards and averaged 4.2 yards per carry. In 2022, the final year of his first stint with the Cowboys, he had 872 rushing yards while averaging 3.8 yards per carry. He did score 10 rushing touchdowns, though. This season, Dallas plans on using a running back by committee, meaning that there will be no running back that gets the majority of the offensive snaps, at least to start. This approach could help Elliott extend his career, but ultimately it will be up to him. He is on a 1-year contract with the Cowboys for this year, so his future with the team is uncertain beyond 2024, but the same can be said many notable players and coaches. All this to say it will not be that big of a surprise if Elliott calls it a career after 2024. Dak Prescott predicted to leave Cowboys for AFC West squad. If the Dallas Cowboys allow Dak Prescott to enter free agency, he is expected to attract significant interest, with the Las Vegas Raiders among the top contenders for his services. Prescott is entering the final year of his contract with the Cowboys. While other quarterbacks around the league have recently inked lucrative deals, Dallas hasn't been overly eager to extend its 3-time Pro Bowler. Bleacher Report called Dallas' strategy a dangerous game and predicted Prescott landing with the Raiders next season. If Prescott gets through this season without an extension, it would only make sense for him to at least see what he could get on the open market, Bleacher Report said in an article put together by its scouting department. The Raiders would make sense as a landing spot. The Raiders have some solid talent but still lack a quarterback. Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew will battle for the starting gig this season, but neither appears to be a long-term option. Dak Prescott projected to top QB market with next deal. Spotrac has Prescott's market value at $220.3 million over 4 years. It would give him an average annual value of $55.099 million. That's just ahead of Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love, who signed a 4-year, $220 million contract extension in July. Love has 1 full season as the starter under his belt, and it was a good one. He passed for 4,159 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Love also helped end the Cowboys' season, throwing for a trio of touchdowns in a stunning 48-32 wild-card win. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones failed to back Prescott when asked about Love's new deal with the Packers. "I get in trouble every time I make comparisons. Of course, we saw a head-to-head matchup with Green Bay last year. We all have that burr in our saddle," Jones said on Saturday, July 27. "I'm anxious for Dak to get a chance to show he's the best with the Cowboy star on him." Cowboys running backs roster spot at risk following practice injury. The Dallas Cowboys have had a lackluster offseason in supplementing the roster. Ownership failed to do anything meaningful, and they are rolling into 2024 with a similar team from 2023 after a disappointing playoff loss. Dallas is over in Oxnard, California for training camp. This is the opportunity for players to help solidify their roles going forward, but one player will have to fight for his roster spot after being held off the field. Deuce Vaughn will need to play in preseason. Running back Deuce Vaughn has been sidelined for the past 2 days due to a hamstring injury. Now, according to Marcus Mosher of the 33rd team, Vaughn will need to play in the preseason to earn his spot on the 53-man spot. That isn't the news Vaughn wants to hear as a second-year player. As a rookie, the Kansas State product didn't have much of an impact. He only finished with 23 carries for 40 yards. He also reeled in 7 passes for 40 receiving yards but didn't score 1 touchdown. This offseason, he was seen getting some reps as a slot receiver. The 22-year-old is looking to find ways to get onto the field, but he's behind the 8 ball. Thus far in camp, Royce Freeman has turned heads and Ezekiel Elliott was brought in to be the lead tailback. They also have Rico Dowdle in the backfield, so the reps for Vaughn are limited. The Cowboys have 3 preseason games on the slate, with the first one taking place on August 11 against the Los Angeles Rams. Vaughn will need a strong showing in these preseason matchups. If not, he could be looking for work elsewhere.